Hi everyone, it's Kathy Koliakovo here with socialforbusiness.com, and I'm just going to do a quick demo on how to network on Twitter using your Hootsuite account. So I'm going to be using our International Virtual Assistant Organization Twitter account here today. So just so that you can see a few things on how we would go about and do different activities to network and stay connected online. I'm going to go for about 5 minutes, so this is something I would probably recommend you continue on for about 10 minutes whenever you sign in to do your live networking time. So as you can see, when we're in here, we've got our Twitter feed, and I also have a couple other keywords and list streams in here, and we're going to be using those as well. First thing that you always do when you go in and sign into Twitter or Hootsuite is go into the at mentions and see when people have been talking back to you. That's one of the first things that you want to do when you're in here, and you want to just make certain that you're not missing any conversations. So just take a peek here, and I know that I also, because if you've forgotten whether or not you've done this, if you're a couple days in between, you'll also want to see your sent tweets column beside there, because you want to make certain that you're not replying to people you in fact already have done that with. So first thing we do is just sort of take a little peek down and make certain, okay, so May 25th, yes, I did post some things here, but no, it wasn't to anyone here. So I'm good to go to converse with anybody who's done anything here pretty much since the 24th that I can see. So the first few things that I do is one of the things that's been posted here is a Twitter user has created, Allison has created a sort of a daily paper on Twitter using paper.ly, and she's included us in there. So one of the things I'll do is I'll hit retweet and say, just, thanks. Very simple. It's going out to the profile that I want it to go to. I'm going to hit send now. So then we've got Nancy here just making a comment that she's working on boxes for Iva of marketing materials. And so we'll just put a note back. Just to let her know that we're thinking about her and saying thanks for packing up all those boxes of marketing materials that we need. And again, I'm going to post that out now. So Leslie Adams has said something back. How do I see what people have posted about me? How do I know I've been hacked? Okay, so what had happened is she had about a week ago I'd put a note to her. She'd actually been hacked, and I could tell she had, because in our direct messages over here it had something very similar to this. Hey, this user's saying bad rumors about you. These are always phishing and hacking schemes, and you never ever want to open them up. You just want to delete the messages, if it'll let me do that, and just hit OK. So what I also do is I do go in to the person, I click on their profile, and this is what I actually did with this Leslie Adams. So I took a look at their profile, I look at their timeline, and I'm scrolling down to see if she actually knows this. This was sent on May 23rd. And it doesn't look like this person even knows that they've been hacked online. So what I'm going to do is, pull up their profile again. I'm going to do exactly what I did with Leslie. And I'm actually going to go in here. I'm just going to do a reply to the person and just say, just let them know. Letting them know they've been sending out direct messages to the followers. So that's essentially what we did with Leslie. And she wants to know, how does she know? Check your sent DMs in Twitter. You will see what has gone out. Also post a few updates so people know you fixed it. So just something simple like that. And you really don't know. A lot of times you'll only know if you've been hacked if if you someone lets you know, just like I did with for that person. And you can see right here, May 17th, it was this person saying terrible rumors about you, and then a link. What happens when you click those links, it opens up a new window and it looks like you're in Twitter, so it tries to make you punch in your Twitter user and ID and password. In fact, when you've done that, you've given your password and user ID away to somebody, and they are going in there and they are going to start sending messages to people and trying to post notes out there. And a lot of times they're making money off those links if you click them once they've got your password. So that's why we want to get in there. So we've got someone else here had said thanks for us for following them. Her name is Alexandra. I always click on here and let them know. And she's the executive director of eWomen, which is the conference that we're going to. So, just put a little note back. Nice to be connected. Oh, geez, what's her name, Andrea? I always have to double check. Alexandra. So I'm going to mention the conference in July. I'm actually going to be the IVA rep at the conference in July. So I do want to mention this here. But the other thing is there's a hashtag that they are using, eWomen. Oh, hold on a second. I can't remember what it is, but I know that I have a keyword here of it. And I want to make sure that I use it because then other people seeing that, it's EWNCONF. So, and this is my stream for that. So EWNCONF. And so what I'm doing, I'm adding that hashtag in there just to let her know that we're coming. It's part of networking ahead of time before events. So that's kind of a helpful thing to do as well. So let's just go back here. I want to finish going and talking to the people that have been talking to us. So Terry Green has posted a note, mentioned us, and she's actually talking about the NSA, the National Speakers Association Conference, which the hashtag is NSA12. So lesson for Terry, I'm going to go knock on her knuckles and tell her that she's got to start using that hashtag. But because IVA is going there as a representative, this would be someone that we would want to follow as well. And I've actually created a list, and I'm not sure if it's in here already, for the NSA. I've got the eWomen network. Darn, it's not in there yet. So I'll have to pull that list in there and then we can punch it in. And so we're going to put that back there and just put a little note here. Nope, wrong way. I want to actually click here and hit reply all because I want to wait for Lois. And I'll just put a little note. So what I've done here is I've talked back to someone going to the conference, and I've also mentioned the hashtag. So it's quite helpful in spreading our name out to all those people out there as well. So that's part of what we want to do with this, and I've got a couple people that we're going to try to do some networking just specifically for the events. So pretty much I've gone through the people that have mentioned or talked to us. The next thing that I want to do is just check the messages, the new messages. And I partly do it because sometimes people actually put really important stuff on here. And you can tell that it's not, excited to connect on Twitter, curious, do you use social media for business or pleasure? So these are all automated messages that are happening out here. This was actually a message. I made a comment back to this fellow about his dog barking, something like that, and he actually sent it back as a direct message, which really isn't a good way to do it because if he really wanted to spread out his knowledge and information, he would actually be replying back out in person. So that's quite important. But you also get an idea of some of the people that are connecting here. So one you can see NSA Georgia, so that's a National Speakers Association representative in Georgia. So that's a really good person to make certain that we're following as well. And so that's part of just the basics that I get in here when we go in and check along. The other thing that I do is I go over to the keywords that we have set up. So I'll go click on the keyword list, and I'm going to go through and I'm going to retweet a couple of the VA tips, and I'm going to see what's in under some of our other keyword searches as well. So let's see, we've got one here, a small business tip on bookkeeping, hire a VA. That's a really good tip to put out there, so I'm going to hit retweet. Unfortunately, they have made it, what's going on here? So they've actually made this a little more complicated than they need to, so I'm taking out some of the wording. It's iva.org that's going to retweet this, and it's still got the hashtags at the end, so I'm just going to hit send now. Very simple, very easy, and it's a spot that allows us to go in there. The other thing you want to do is make certain that we are following that person. Most likely they're a VA. Now, she's 17. I don't know that she would be a VA. She's only got 2 updates, so probably wasn't. I should have checked that first, actually. So I'll do that with this one. A VA tip. Allow someone with great follow-up skills to detail management coordinate your projects. Click on this ID, and this is someone new as well. So I can see we've got a few people that are pulling in on these VA tips that aren't actually VAs. I like to retweet the VAs that are doing it. So here we've got one down here. Okay, so we can see that this is definitely someone that is a VA. So I'm going to make certain that we're following her. Pretty sure we already are. And if we are, to give us a message, that's fine. I also always check and make certain if they are a VA that I've put them on the list of VAs. Okay, so they're new to that list, and now I'm going to retweet this, but because I just retweeted one, I'm actually going to schedule it to go out this afternoon, say at 3:25 under iva.org, and hit schedule. So I've retweeted that, but it's going to go out this afternoon. So now I'm done with that column. I'm going to go over to the virtual assistant column. So usually I like to okay, so here's someone that's just filling out their paperwork for their first VA job. I don't know what kind of VA he is, but he says the F word a lot, and he tells a lot of other kinds of jokes. So you know what? We're not going to follow him. He might have said the word virtual assistant, but I'm not interested in that. So a virtual assistant prof has posted basically what's a VA tip, so let's retweet that as well. And the reason that we're doing this is that there's a lot of people. I do try to watch this. I will tweet for you for a low price. Probably not going to retweet that person. I try to make certain that we keep away from anything talking about rates and prices and different things like that. So those are how I'm going to go through this. I don't want to keep you too long on this video, but I'm going to do the same thing through these other different columns that I have here. I've got different words in there, different phrases, and then I've got some about the eWomen conference and about the National Speakers Association conference. So in here we're going to actually go down and try to follow as many of these people as we can. I'm going to post a couple more tweets about these things. I'm actually going to, people have to write shorter tweets, because it makes it very difficult for someone to retweet you quickly and easily if they have to edit your tweets. So let's do this one. And I'm going to send this later this afternoon as well. I'm going to put it around the same time, schedule that to go out. So in here we would normally be going in and trying to go in and network and connect with as many of these people as we can. So that will be the next step, is for me to sort of go in and start talking to some of them and making certain that we're following them all as well. So that's it for my quick 5-minute video. It's turned into about 14 minutes, but hopefully that will help you get some ideas on how to network live through your social media accounts through Hootsuite. Thank you and have a great day.